Howdy, Compelled Unbeliever here. Today I'm going to talk with an apologist, Christian Inbred, who I met on Twitter and wanted to have a conversation with. So we're going to talk a little bit about the left-handedness, right-handedness debate. It just got real.
Oh, wow.
Thank you, Mr. Compelled Unbeliever. I am not inbred. I am Christian Jesus Inbred.
I'm really sorry about that. I've just started this conversation really embarrassing myself.
Oh, don't worry about it. People think that I'm inbred all the time.
Well, let's go ahead and get on with this is actually going to be in an interview format in which we agreed that you wanted to interview me so that you could understand my thoughts on left-handedness.
How old were you when you chose to be a left-handist?
Actually, in my 30s, but let me explain something. Left-handedness is discovered, not chosen.
Well, let me ask you this. If you are wrong and there is a heaven and hell, and you chose to be left-handed when you could be right-handed and go to heaven, wouldn't it be safer to choose to be right-handed?
I guess I need to answer this in a couple of ways. If the great right-handed one did exist, wouldn't he know that I was pretending to be right-handed when I was really left-handed? Again, also want to emphasize that one cannot choose how they're born. One is born, right-handed or maybe left-handed. It's just how it is. There's some people who are actually born ambidextrous.
So you, just like all left-handers, just wanted to sin and do whatever you want to without any morals whatsoever.
Actually, left-handedness is not a moral issue. It has nothing to do with your morality. You are simply left-handed or you're right-handed. It has absolutely nothing to do with morality and is not a conscious choice.
Without being a right-handed person that does not worship the great right-handed one, how could you possibly have any morals? You can. You get them from right-handedness.
I just don't see how you can come to that conclusion, or what basis you can come to that conclusion. I'm a human being. I happen to be left-handed. It has nothing to do with morality.
See, you are doing what all left-handers do. You are admitting that you are really, truly a right-handed person. Just by saying that you're left-handed proves that you acknowledge the great right-handed one.
Not at all. There's no great right-handed one that is necessary for me to be right-handed or left-handed.
Let's move on to another subject. There is only right-handedness. There is not trans-handedness, where you can just decide one day to be left-handed. It is absolutely disgusting that left-handedness are perverted pedophiles.
Okay, now that was completely out of line. I'm left-handed. It has nothing to do with my sexuality, nothing to do with my sexual identity, and it certainly does not make me a pedophile. I simply do not believe that there is a great right-handed one. And if this continues, I am going to just stop this interview because that is completely out of line and unfounded.
Well, the right-handed have always been in the majority, and those who reject right-handedness have always been in the minority. That should tell you something. Everyone has been right. The majority has been right throughout all of human history.
That's simply a fallacy of consensus. Just because everyone thinks something doesn't mean it's necessarily true or correct. Everyone, at one point in time, most people thought that the world was flat. We know it's not flat now. There are now a weird fringe group of people that want to think it's flat. But the majority know because of science that the Earth is not flat. We know it cannot possibly be flat because of science. Even if the majority of people did believe that the Earth was flat, it would not change the facts of science.
Is it possible that you could be wrong about everything you know?
Now, I know you're expecting me to say yes, but that cannot possibly be the answer. The only possible answer there is that no, it's not possible that I could be wrong about everything I know. Because if I say yes, and I am actually correct, then I would be right about that. I know where you're going here. What you want to say is that if I don't know everything there is to know about everything, that I could not possibly be right. But that has nothing to do with not believing that there is a great right-handed one. It has nothing to do with being left-handed or right-handed.
Do you actually teach your children to be left-handed just like you?
I don't teach my children anything on this. I just allow them to discover if they're right-handed or left-handed. It really doesn't matter. It's not a religion. It's not something that really needs to be addressed or even discussed.
Right-handed people are persecuted because left-handedness people try to teach that being left-handed is normal in the school system.
What is not normal about being left-handed? Yes, it's a smaller group, but left-handed people are still human beings. They just don't believe in your great right-handed one.
You hate the great right-handed one so much that you tried to get right-handed monuments taken off of public property.
I personally haven't done any such thing, but I can tell you why what is being done and why it's being done. When the government only sanctions right-handed monuments, then it is discriminating against the left-handed, and it makes it appear that the government is supporting the great right-handed deity. And in the United States, that is not, it's unconstitutional.
Well, let me tell you this. This is one great proof, your evidence for the great right-handed one. Something cannot come from nothing. The universe exists. Everything must have a cause. Therefore, the great right-handed one exists. You simply cannot refute this, because you just think that something poofed out of the air from nothing.
Actually, no, you're kind of putting words in my mouth here. The thing that's important is I don't have to know or give an explanation for the origins of the universe to be left-handed or to not believe that there is a great right-handed deity.
I know that this entire conversation is not going to help you because you are just so stubborn in your left-handedness and you just don't want to change because of your immoral disposition.
Of course, being left-handed has nothing to do with morality just as much as being right-handed has anything to do with morality. But it is getting time that we're going to have to wrap this up. So I really do appreciate you coming on the show.
Thank you very much for having me on the show, and I look forward to debating you in the future. I am Christian Jesus Inbred. I am a right-handed apologist, and I can be found on Twitter and on YouTube.
Alrighty, well, thank you very much. This is Compelled Unbeliever. I no longer believe there is a God.